It's strange how certain stretches of road burn themselves into your memory, not because of what you saw, but because of what you felt. Route 66 is romanticized on postcards and travel blogs, but the version you find after midnight is a different creature entirely. The gas stations are hollow shells, the neon signs sputter like dying stars, and every diner booth looks like it's waiting for someone who never comes. That night, I wasn't sightseeing. I was hauling furniture across states in a rented U-Haul, thinking only about the delivery and a cheap motel bed. I didn't know that within hours I'd be questioning whether I'd make it out alive. This isn't a ghost story. It's worse, because the scariest thing about the Mother Road isn't the folklore. It's the people who use its emptiness to hunt. I started in St. Louis, where Route 66 still carries a hint of nostalgia. By the time I passed Springfield, the romance had rotted into long patches of silence, broken only by my headlights cutting through dust. The CB radio was my lifeline, a way to hear another human voice, even if it was just truckers trading weather reports. Around 1 a.m. it crackled. "Westbound white box, you running light?" I answered, saying I was hauling furniture. The voice chuckled, low and friendly, and replied, "Copy that. Keep your eyes open after Elk City. Don't touch Amboy after midnight." Then came 3 sharp notes, a whistle, like someone signing their name in sound. At first I thought it was just old trucker superstition. But about 30 miles later, I stopped for gas in Tucumcari. While topping off, I noticed a kid at the Yassi's next pump kneel to tie his shoe near my truck. When he stood, there was a chalk mark on my rear tire, a neat crescent. Not dust, not grease. Chalk. He walked away without looking at me. Across the lot, a flatbed with no plates idled under a Phoebe broken light. I told myself I was paranoid. The road plays tricks when your eyes are heavy, but deep down, I knew I'd been marked. The first breakdown I passed looked real enough. A minivan pulled over, cones out, a man in a reflective vest waving me down. His palm rose in the calm, confident way highway workers signal safety, but his vest was spotless, too clean for road work. No state logo, no badge. My gut screamed wrong. I slid into the left lane, gave him space, and lifted 2 fingers from the wheel like a polite salute. His eyes followed me, not angry, not desperate, just measuring. A minute later, the CB spat. "White box, you missed a friend." Then the I whistle again, the same 3 notes. I didn't sleep that night. I pulled into a motel outside Kingman, the kind with buzzing vacancy signs and doors that stick. As I lay in bed, boots still on, I heard footsteps in the hall pause outside my door. Then, impossibly, a faint pressure on the window glass, like someone's hand testing the pane from the outside. I stared at the thin curtain. A shadow crossed, the glow from the parking lot. Then, 3 notes, soft, through the glass. I didn't move, didn't breathe. When morning came, the U-hole was intact, but the chalk crescent was fresh again, and the padlock on the back had a new scratch around it, like someone practiced cutting it in the dark. By Arizona, I stopped pretending I was imagining it. The same flatbed appeared in my mirror, sometimes 2 car lengths behind, sometimes vanishing only to reappear hours later. Once, it pulled alongside me. The passenger, wearing another bright vest, gestured with an open palm and mouthed, Rear tire low. His face was clean, eyes warm, the practiced look of someone who spends their life imitating helpfulness. My stomach turned. They weren't chasing me for fun. They wanted me to stop just once on their terms. I remembered the warning, don't touch Amboy after midnight. Of course, my fuel gauge dipped toward empty near Amboy. That's when I saw it, the famous neon Roy's Motel Cafe sign flickering like a false beacon. Beneath it, cones, a sandwich board reading repairs in chalk, and two men by a van with its doors open, lantern glowing inside. A triangle reflector sat square in my lane. Polite, official, wrong. I slowed because we're trained to respect red triangles in the road. One man pointed at my rear tire with a pencil. He smiled like he already owned me. My chest hammered. I nodded, pretending to comply, then cranked the wheel and rolled straight over the triangle, flooring it toward the open highway. Behind me, the lantern snapped off. A truck's headlights flared to life. The Phoebe screamed with voices, "Bring him, now!" And the whistle, always the whistle. I drove harder than I ever had in my life. The desert around Amboy is flat, endless, and merciless. In the mirror, two vehicles closed in, the flatbed and a sedan with his headlights cutting the dark. I couldn't outrun them, but I could reach needles. Out there, the agricultural inspection station stays staffed even at night. Cameras, state, employees, witnesses, civilization, my only chance. The radio spat directions like they knew the map better than I did. Cattle guard ahead. A dip in the road. Kill your lights. Their voices overlapped, echoing each other, one always a beat behind like a mockingbird. My hands cramped on the wheel. I imagined being found days later in a desert ditch, chalk marks still on my tires. Then, the glow. White floodlights ahead, the inspection station. I barreled in, slamming brakes at the stop. A uniformed man stepped out with a clipboard. He started his usual line. "Any produce?" Then froze at my face. Behind me, the flatbed and sedan slowed, hesitating. The officer's hand hovered near his radio. He said, calm but sharp, "Pull around back." I obeyed. The vehicles lingered on the shoulder, then drifted off into the night, casual as predators denied a meal. My story poured out in fragments. The chalk, the vests, the whistle, the fake breakdowns. The officer listened, jaw tight. "They've been working this stretch," he said finally. "Pretend to help. Trap you when you stop. Vest is just there. Uniform." He showed me my tire. The chalk crescent glowed under his flashlight. "They mark you so the others know you're theirs," he muttered. I delivered the furniture in Barstow the next day. I got paid. Life went on. But I can't unhear that whistle. I can't drive past Amboy without feeling eyes on me. And every time I check my tires, I half expect to see another Chulo crescent, waiting like a signature. So here's my warning. If you drive Route 66 after dark, and someone waves you down with a palm too clean, don't stop. Don't listen to the CB. Don't trust the triangles. Keep your eyes on the white lines, and for the love of God, don't ever pull into Amboy after midnight.